Hello everyone and welcome back to another video here on Sam's Crafty Castle. So I was not going to put this video up this week, but I found out that Gina Designs is having a sale on the stamp set that I used in this video till Tuesday, which is May 17th. And I thought, well, let's just move some stuff around and get this video out. It's a very, very simple card, but the idea is, this is the Gina Designs Luck and Love stamp set, and it has a lot of clovers and flowers and things in it, but you don't have to use them just for St. Patrick's Day cards or just in the month of March. I had a ton of masculine guy birthdays in April in my life, and I needed many masculine birthday cards, and I pulled the set out of that magical box that you've been hearing me talk about. Next, in a couple weeks, I'll try to film an update of how the box is going, but the truth is I'm still buying things. I need to stop, though. I need to stop really bad. Or slow down. I don't need to stop. I need to slow down. But anyway, that's besides the point. So I'm stamping the Clovers in these 3 squares. I don't know what size they are because I just found them in my stash, and I just happened to have 3 of them, so it worked. But I am just stamping them with Gina Designs Lucky Clover ink, and I am going to, it's very simple card. This card is so simple, there's not really any massive techniques in this video. I skipped last week's video, obviously, because you didn't see one last week, and because I had gotten a very nasty cold that I'm still kind of trying to get over, and this video was quick and easy to edit, and the stamp set went on sale, and I went perfect. So this is a very simple card, but it works out, and who doesn't need more masculine birthday ideas anyway? And it's always fun to try to use our stamps for the holidays of which they are not intended. So I went with a green and brown kind of colored palette for this one, which is also very different for me. And there's some things I wish I would have done differently, and I'm talk a little bit about like my process, I guess, when I make cards. So 99.9% of my cards are based on sketches off of Pinterest, which there should be a link to my Pinterest down below. I will double check that when I upload the video, but most of my card sketches and things that I use are linked on my Pinterest below. I'm horrible at layouts. Card sketches save my life. My card sketch video is one of my most watched videos on this channel. So yeah, it's a thing. So this is the biggest technique we've got for this card. This is just some craft paper I had lying around. No idea where it's from, so don't ask. And I am using the Gina Designs craft ink because I decided I wanted a little something more going on back there, because I'm going to layer those squares with the clovers on them. I'm going to layer those on top of this brown paper. So I wanted to look a little more interesting than it did just the regular brown. So I thought about running it through an embossing folder, but I thought that would be too much. So I pulled out my craft ink, and at first I tried to just like direct paper the thing and just take my ink cube and run it along the slides, but it wasn't doing what I wanted it to do. It just wasn't giving me the look that I wanted. So then I realized it's blending brush time. So I pulled out my ink stand, and I pulled out my mini Gina Designs blending brush, and I went to start blending it. Remembered I had just bought the sticky mat from Brutus Monroe, and then I pulled that out, which, let me say, so far I really, really like my sticky mat. I very much recommend it. I actually want to pick up a couple more just so I have them, because I like it so much. And yeah, this was actually the first time I used it. What you're seeing on screen here was the first time I used it. I had a little trouble cleaning it the first time, but it got better after I read the directions. So read the directions. That's always a good idea. And then here is where things get a little messy on this card. So I should have made this a 5x7 card. Like, looking back, editing the video, watching it back again now, I'm like, wish I would have made it a 5x7 card, but I did not think of that in the moment because I was really running late for this birthday, and I had to get the card done, or it was going to be a belated birthday card instead of an actual birthday card. So I had to get my act together. So I kind of went really, really quickly to get this done, and that made my squares a little squishy. I think if I would have just left the squares as they were and not put the green on the back, it would have been fine. It would have looked more the way I intended it to look, and it looked on the sketch, and it was going to look in my brain. but I decided I needed to layer things, and that's how we got here with them all touching. But it still works out. It's fine. It's okay. It's all good in the end. There's one thing I'll talk about a little bit later at the end that I do wish I would have done differently. But, so if you make this card, or if you make something like it, you should do that. You should do what I tell you to do and not what I actually did. So, I am just gluing, I think I said this already, I don't know, yeah. I've got a lot of stuff going on. My brain's a little distracted, but I'm trying to get this video done for you guys. So, I am just gluing the clovers down, and you can see I actually used 2 different clovers. There's like a gazillion clovers in this set. There's also flowers, and I glued everything together, and I kind of mixed up the different clovers that I used. So I used the 2 smaller ones. I wanted to use the bigger one, but it didn't fit. It was too big for my squares. And I decided I didn't like the look of it when it went off the edge of the square. So now we're going to work on putting the card together. And we are going to use embossing folders, which I'm very excited about, because I've been staring at my embossing folders in my craft room for so long, and I keep going, I need to use them, and I haven't been using them. So I'm really glad I got myself to get them out today. So I pulled out my Gemini, and I took Kathy Zilski's tip of putting it on one of the rotating design boards. I've actually upgraded since I filmed this video. When I filmed this video, I had one of the like regular size design boards, and then I had a mini one. And I was using the regular one for something else. I used the regular one for my kit and Clover classes. And so I didn't have that one, but I had the mini one, and which I keep in my craft room and I use for other things in my craft room. And I used that one for my Gemini for a while, but it was like way too small, and it didn't work at all. So I just recently upgraded to I bought another regular sized one, and it works a lot better. But this one, it was on the mini one, so that's why it's a little bit weird. So we're going to do, I want to leave part of that was what I was trying to tell you there with my hands, is that I want to leave part of the brown showing, and I just want to cover up part of the top. So I'm going to cut out a square out of this green cardstock, which I'm not going to lie, I don't know what it is. I'm pretty sure it's from the stamp market, because I got it in my Crop and Create box, and I just had some left over, and I decided to use it for this card because it kind of matched the color I was going for, and I try to use up my scraps where I can. And so that's what I grabbed and what I used, and you can also see where I cut out the smaller squares from it, so it's the same green that the smaller squares are cut out of. And so I don't know what it is, but I'm pretty sure it's from the stamp market. I haven't done that class yet for Crop and Create, although I did just sign up for the October one, so it's a little motivation to try to get the rest of these done, but we'll get there. So anyway, using embossing folders, I wish I was better at it. I have not many. I don't have a ton. They're not like the biggest part of my collection. I'm looking at them as I'm saying this, but I have quite a few, and I don't use them nearly as often as I should, because they are really fun, and they add just a little bit to your cards, and it's really nice and really cool and really all the things. So, I'm just, what am I doing here? Did I already put the embossing folder in and forget to show you all? I might have. Let's see what I pull out of the Gemini here. I did. See, so there's the embossing folder. So running an embossing folder through your Gemini is really easy, and it's pretty much the same on a Cuttlebug too. I don't know anything about Big Shots or any other die cut machine, though, I'm not gonna lie. You just take your 2 clear plates and run it through. Really, really easy. Really easy. This is one of my favorite embossing folders that I own. It is from Sizzix, and I can't remember the name of it right now, but hopefully it'll be on your screen, and if it's not on your screen, it's in the description down below. So, but I love that embossing folder. That's probably one of the most used ones I have in my collection, and it works really well and all that kind of stuff. So now we've reached the end of the video. Well, we didn't really reach the end of the video, but we've reached almost the end of the video, and we're just in the putting everything together phase of the card. But I realized that I wanted to do the same thing on this craft colored paper as I did on the other one after I put the glue on it. And I don't know if that's ever happened to you, but it happens to me all the time. So this is me blending around the edge and just really, really hoping I'm not going to permanently stick the paper to my craft mat, because I have a story about this one for you. When I was in college, I was a theater minor, and I had to take a couple, like, theater tech classes, and one of the kids in one of my classes, we were building scenic flats, like little mini ones, as our project to teach us how to build big ones. And one of the kids put the wrong size staple in the staple gun, and he may or may not have stapled his project like 2 days before it was due to the table, because the tables were just wood. So, like, he just, like, stapled his project to the table, and he had to take the whole thing out and start over with, like, 2 days left in the class. And every time I do something like that, where I put the glue on something and then realize, oh, wait, I shouldn't have done that because I need to do something else, that's what I think of. So, I always get nervous that it's going to get, like, permanently attached to something it's not supposed to get permanently attached to. But this didn't happen. It was also a dot adhesive runner, so I think that kind of saved me. Those tend to not stick as permanently, like, unless you really push it down. So, I think that helped. So now, like you can see here, I'm just gluing the bottom piece that I embossed to the bottom of the card, if you will. And then I glue the decorative piece. I'm going to call it the decorative piece, but this is where I wish I would have done something different. So, and it's like this on the sketch. I chose not to do it because I didn't feel like I had anything that matched, and I don't, but I wish I would have found something. So the sketch has it so that you have a ribbon or something going across where what on mine is the embossed piece ends, and kind of back there in like a little bow or something. And I didn't do that because I didn't think I wanted it, and I looked through my stash, and I'm like, I don't really have anything that matches and whatever, and I wish I would have done it. So I suggest you add the little bow or something. And then I just used my Misty to stamp because this card is almost done, and I was not risking it, especially because I was using the other stamp set from this kit. This was a kit in January. So I'm using the other stamp set from the kit, and it's brand new because I haven't used it yet, so I wanted to make sure that I didn't mess up my card by having a weird stamping situation. But that's it. I told you this card was easy. That's all there is to it. And I'm going to leave you with some pictures and things and, the usual end of the video stuff. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below. Don't forget that the stamp set is on sale. It is a stamp and die bundle for $20. It's on sale till Tuesday. So make sure you go click the link in the bottom or in the description and check that out. So once again, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below. And I will see you again soon. Have a crafty day.